You have
Uh,
a few hours to make any preparations you might need.
he nods. The item you were looking for is Infiltrator's Elixir.
Is would that be worth it though? If we are bringing along a song boy.
We may need some additional time. He can buy us an hour for a few of us. There's 6 of us now, and you can cast it like what, 3 or 4 times?
He can cast it. He can cast it 3 times, but at each of you. So, at all of you with one casting.
Oh, okay. So that buys us 3 hours.
Alright, so before we venture forth, I am going to go ahead and purchase and copy down the formula for the
Oh.
Infiltrator's Elixir. And
One moment.
How long will it take to get to the city?
What?
How long will it take?
Couple of days, probably.
I see.
I thought it was only a few hours away.
No, it
No.
takes a couple of days.
It was 2 days to get back last time.
Yep.
That's crazy.
Crazy how nature do that. Alright.
What? What was that supposed to mean?
We should move our portal.
I don't think we really have the technology or the knowledge to create portals, only repair them.
And then again, when you try to repair one,
It goes
work.
to the wrong place. Not
Yes.
even the right continent.
Yes. If you don't have the Infiltrator's Elixir in your in your formula book, it costs 2 GP, and the Elixir's effect lasts 10 minutes.
Oh, it costs 2 GP? Okay. My book
Yes.
said it was like 6. Okay. 99. Epic.
Although, for all we know, the portal does lead to the right continent, just the wrong elevation.
That may very well be so, correct. Anyway, you take a step through the portal, and once again you return to the Darklands. The portal cavern around you lies still, and the smell of now rotting corpses of drow and charukas strikes your noses.
Fuck. Should really have somebody clean this up.
Well, we should trust nature to do its work. We shouldn't intervene in the rules of the Underdark nature, you know?
Does anybody have any oil?
Completely.
Just fucking burn the bodies.
You have someone who can make acid bombs, sorry.
Ooh.
Sure, let's waste acid bombs on a bunch of rotten drow.
Hey, if it makes our portal chamber less stinky, I'm all for it.
It will clean itself in time.
I'm gonna
Have
add that
patience.
to my dislikes.
Yeah, we can
Foul
have
smell.
our unpaid guards do
it. Once this suggestion is voiced, Zigbar the Magnificent frowns. Sorry, ma'am, but neither I nor will any of these men feel good or safe around these caverns. You know, we've very little history with it.
I understand that, but we might as well build a small, something with a door that can be locked from the other side, so things
I like
from
that
the
idea.
Underdark don't just jump into our living space when they come across a portal.
They need a key, they need an arrowhead key like the one we have to actually use the portal. Although it would be a good idea to fortify the portal chamber a little bit so that, you know, we don't get ambushed coming through the portal. If somebody wises up to us using it. But yeah, I wouldn't ask anything of the guard company. They've been good enough to work for us for free, so we can have the bumble brushes work on something when they get some free time.
Hey, Bumble Brushers, go through this portal into a dangerous, hazardous, hostile land and clean it up for us a little bit.
I mean, it
Ah.
appears there are no scavengers or carnivores in the area.
But anyway, you with such conversations and arguments, you move onward from the portal chamber and back to the tunnels towards Ards, the city of doors. Yes,
I
Ard.
think we want to be heading in the other direction, don't we? Or no, yeah, we're heading towards Ark. Never mind.
Your goal presumably is to find the Duergar who is living in Ard.
Because we already have the infiltrator. Okay,
And that is
let's
why
go
we
to
want to
Ark.
go in the opposite direction.
Yes, exactly.
You are free to do so. But
Alright.
who's leading the squad through the tunnels?
It's a good question.
I would suggest that it would be someone with a high survival modifier.
Hmm.
I have
Reynolds,
it too.
I'll be right behind you.
Eric?
If only we still had a ranger who is familiar with this fucking place.
I
You
would
have a.
imagine the druid.
Oh yeah.
I would imagine so, but Gonchar has turned out his mic, so it means him. I can just roll for him. I don't think he would object to leading the party.
Yep. He can lead Reynolds and Zadare directly behind him on either side, and then the rest of the party behind us.
I think I should be last since I'm the one with the torch. Unless you want me to turn off the torch and someone with dark vision just, ropes himself to me.
I would suggest holding hands, but roping is an idea too.
I mean, even if you're walking in the rear, you're going to be silhouetting us, so...
Guys, just I can add with you the problem. So I presume we get into town for our Durgas. Should we like turn off our torches because it will just show that we don't have dark vision? Then we
They will understand that you don't have dark vision when they see at least one, but actually two humans among you. That's first.
yeah.
Yeah, turning on or turning off your torches won't actually do anything because uh, pretty much all the creatures in the Underdark can see in the dark already.
Hey, that's not true. Some of them can't see and
Oh, the point
fucking
you
tell
can
where
see
you are via vibration.
weird.
Well,
No, my point is that when Durgas see us having a torch, they will know that we don't have dark vision, and we, while
Yeah.
disguised as Durgas,
oh,
will be seen
that
as
does make sense
seen
actually. Yeah,
prophets.
I can see your
I'll
point.
play you.
While Lucky raises a very good point, I will just like to remind you that Z doesn't have a dark vision potion.
I
Z,
have.
Oh, do I need to buy one of those as well?
you need to learn you can buy them or learn the formula.
Well, yeah, buy the
All right.
formula.
Mission's cancelled until we get an alchemist that...
Like, all set up to go, and then bam.
Do you have the dark vision elixir? Because I don't see it in your.
Not that I know. honestly thought that somebody in our party had dark vision.
But the problem is that not everyone has dark vision.
Okay,
That's a
okay.
good point.
Z, pay another 2 gold for a dark vision elixir, and do you prepare any items ahead of time, any elixirs ahead of time, or bombs, or whatever?
Uh,
How long do the elixirs last?
Well, if
For
I-
level 4 dark vision elixir lasts for an hour.
if I prepare it ahead of time, it only lasts for a day before becoming impotent.
Yes.
So let me look
Or
and see if
actually, it's
any.
probably several days march to Arg.
You can just prepare something else the next time you start marching. In the meantime,
Nope, Gonch is gone.
We're level 6, right?
dark vision elixir, a moderate one is level 4.
No, I mean that like our characters are level 6.
Oh, you are. Sorry, I didn't hear. Yeah, you are level 6.
Okay. Vision,
Uh,
elixir, moderate. Okay, 6 plus
6 plus your range modifier would be 10.
10. I'm gonna go ahead and make me 4 acid flasks and oh no, wait, that's times 3. Math.
6 acid flasks?
6 acid flasks and 1, 2. I guess that would work out to 4 dark vision elixirs, just in case.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, no problem. Eureka, you are not leading the squad. We have agreed that it is Eric. You just rolled survival for nothing.
Which comment?
Sophie? Want to roll for random encounter? You seem to have a lucky hand.
What am I rolling?
D20.
Roll 2020.
You do have a good hand.
Feel my girlfriend's hand.
1 second. Whew. You know what? Maybe drinking before the session wasn't a great idea. But on the other hand, maybe it was. I'm not the one to judge.
Maybe I should start drinking.
No, you shouldn't.
Oh.
Um. As you keep as you keep walking further, you hear someone approaching from the tunnel up ahead of you, and approaching at quite a leisurely rate. You have enough time to prepare yourself for combat if you want, or do something else. Do you do anything before whatever it is in there comes at you?
Pull out a sword and a torch. I assume I've been hand holding this time.
Okay. Well, in case none of you do anything else, a couple of moments later, a creature comes out from the tunnel up ahead. The creature, once most of you get a better look, is not a drow, but actually an elf. and not the kind you usually see on the main part of Galarian, but an elf with dark brown skin. He's wearing almost nothing but rags, but has a backpack strapped on him and a crude-looking spear in his hands. He stops and eyes you up with suspicion. I remind you that all of you are you actually using your disguises as you travel, or
No,
are
we don't
you?
use
I didn't think
don't
so.
use the disguises as we travel
Yeah.
until
Okay.
we get there.
Okay, he eyes you up with a bit of not suspicion even, but surprise, but does assume a more guarded stance, and says something in a language I believe none of you understand.
Which language?
It is a Mwangi version
No.
of Common.
Okay.
Let me just.
Just
Real
one
quick here.
elf, very tribal-looking gear.
Yes.
Okay, I sheathe my scimitar and raise an open hand in like a Thuvian sort of gesture of greeting.
He raises a hand back, seeming more relaxed. Uh, he struggles for a bit, but then speaks out in Elven. Do any of you understand Elven?
I do.
Well, he asks, "Do you understand Elven?" And I presume Eureka answers to him. Um, after which he asks, "What are you doing here?"
Elrika translate his question to the group.
Well,
What we're gonna do? What we're gonna answer?
It
What
is
are
a
we doing?
summer holiday.
Okay.
well, if you ask him that, he says, "No, he was a slave fighting for Duergar's amusement."
Rip. I would have
And now
simply not been enslaved.
he broke free, and now he's trying to escape.
No, he won all the arena fights in one day, and now the Duergar granted him freedom and exiled him from the city. So he could, and he's trying to find his way back to the surface.
We know a way back to the surface.
Yeah, but not in the right time and place. Well, place anyway.
True.
And to help him get back on the surface, you'd either have to give up your arrowhead or go with him back to the portal.
How long have we been traveling?
A couple of about 4 or 5 hours.
No, we can help him.
You could just tell him where to go.
No, but he doesn't. He can't.
Leave him in the middle of a human continent or a human kingdom where nobody speaks Elven.
No, I mean he can't use the portal without the arrowhead. And I think we should have the arrowhead on us at all times.
Good
You
point.
do have an arrowhead on you. Ugh.
And tell me to wait
So?
there till we get back.
Oh, what if
What if?
What if?
is the arrowhead made of metal by any chance, or is it stone?
It is made of metal.
I wonder if we could craft another one.
Could try to, but it's ancient elven magic, which is generally not common knowledge. If some of you have the I think the inventor feat, but I might or reverse something. There is a feat that allows you to use other items to learn their formulas.
Ooh.
but you would be it's invent no.
Some kind of
Uh,
crafting check.
yeah, but you would risk breaking your arrowhead in process
Oh, that would
And
be
it's the
on a
tragic.
only
crit.
one we know of. Okay, let's not do that.
Yeah.
Well, you would do that on a crit. You would do that on a crit fail, on a about DC 20-ish check.
It's like a 50-50 chance. I don't like those odds.
Not in this situation anyway, because right now you don't have the things necessary for it. You're standing in the middle of a tunnel.
Mm.
So,
Well,
I think we escort him back to the castle
what's
because at
another
least
4 hours in the Underdark?
yeah, but it's safe.
8
You know,
hours.
I'm sorry, it's my good alignment.
Sure, you can let him.
you can just give him some supplies and let him go on his own. He seems like someone who can handle his own, considering he, won the arena fights.
I'm telling you, man, just give him like 6 to 8 days of food or something, and just let him vibe sitting around at the portal till we
Yes,
get back.
Ganchar, you have met a brown-skinned elf wearing rags on your way to Arg, and he says he's won the arena fights and they let him go, and now he's looking for a way back back to surface.
Well,
Oh,
good luck to him.
that's a potential lie we can use.
What?
What?
That we
Or,
won. That we
or
won our freedom in an arena fight.
Oh,
Eh, sounds like a challenging lie. I would think that the Dwergar watch their own arenas and would recognize a winner.
Lies, and then we can say that it was a while ago.
Will they get exiled?
I'm very good at lying.
Okay.
Well, there is indeed something you could attempt. It would also be probably a challenging lie, but not an impossible one. Anyway, what do you do with the elf? Do you let him go? Do you give him
Let's
directions to the portal?
let's each give him 1 day's worth of food from each of us, so he'll have 6 days. And then we give him directions back to the portal.
Well, after you each give him unless someone refuses, but even if some of you refuse, if you give him at least 3 days worth of rations, he gives you a deep bow and takes a necklace made of animal fangs from his chest and gives it to one of you. He gives it to Eureka, saying, "If you if you ever find yourself as any noble hunter would in a situation where where you face a beast, you can use it to help you."
Well, Eureka gladly accepts the matter, and then translating the words of told, give Neckel to our to Eric. He looks like the guy who can handle the beasts. Is
no,
there any? Does it look magical? Droid?
Do you have detect magic?
Well,
I have, and I can identify any artifacts using craft check.
You can attempt a craft check or a nature check.
Oh, no.
Nah,
should I
simple.
roll?
No, if you don't
But
have anything.
I suppose I see magic around it because I have the spell.
If you use a spell, you determine that it is magical, and you can attempt a nature check. While the elf, after his bow and his gift, he simply walks away. Yes, this is indeed a magical item. Uh, it is of the school of divination, and it helps you discern weak spots of any animals of any kind, giving you a +2 circumstance bonus on any damage you deal to them.
Okay.
With that, you continue. Well, you move for as long as you don't start to feel tired out. At which point you make a break for camp, and on after sleeping your usual 8 hours, you move on forward. Z, do you prepare the same set of elixirs, or do you prepare anything else?
I prepare the same set.
Okay. Eric?
Yep.
Gonch, roll a survival check. Sophie?
Survival check?
D20 with -2.
Oh. Roll d20 -2. Oh.
It's 0.
Oh. Can't rely on my luck forever.
You can use your hero point to reroll it.
Okay.
Come on, we're gonna get a lot of experience, I guess. Or die horribly.
We don't use the experience system. Gonch, you just get you just level up after making significant progress or achieving something significant.
Oh, that's lame. What's the point of slaughtering an entire village? Oh.
No, not getting nothing for killing a bunch of level 1 commoners. This is limiting my roleplay.
This is outrageous. This is unfair.
Well, once again, the part of the cave system you move into seems a bit more habited, but still you don't see any actual living creatures, be that Duergar or anything else, for your entire journey for today. Though, as Eric, as most of you would guess, you are somewhere very near the city. You camp for another evening, and as you're preparing to fall asleep, Zigbar, with his beautiful voice, sings you a lullaby. The next day comes, and as you do your daily preparations, Z, do you prepare the same set, or do you prepare anything else?
I'm going to prepare the same set, but I'm also going to throw in 6 of the deception potions.
I believe it would bring you to the total of 8 reagents used. Okay, no problem. So you keep on moving, and when the signs of civilized life become more and more apparent as the tunnels get more and more begin to look more and more habitated, Zigbard stops all of you and sings a short song. Moments later, you find all of yourself looking and even feeling a bit shorter and a bit wider, and you suddenly see that all of your skin turns gray and you have beards.
Wow.
Grumpy voice.
My foppishness.
Finally, the dwarfdom achieved.
We have become the superior short stacks.
Yes.
And you know that dwarfdom is more epic and rewarding than lichdom.
You should consider yourself lucky to be able to experience what it is like to be short.
Exactly.
Oh, just one problem. One little problem. Z
Uh-oh.
and actually Zigbar the Magnificent himself. After he stops reading the spell, you both find yourself still in your usual forms.
What?
Zigbar the Magnificent makes some kind of almost clicking sound with his tongue and then shakes his head. I'm afraid, my dear friend, me and you were too short and too lightweight to be transformed into these, he frowns, foul creatures.
Alright, gang, let's put it to a vote. Are we using deception potions, or are we slaves to you people?
We will put slaves. Let's put you in ropes, but that look like they're securely tied, but are not.
What is the bulk of a gnome?
Uh, That is a question I did not expect. What's the bulk of a full plate armor?
He wears full plate?
No, but I'll use
Or
it as a
he just has
baseline.
the same weight of a full plate?
It has bulk for. I think about bulk 3.
3? Perfect.
Yes.
I can just carry him and... Hang on, if I meet my encumbrance limit, does that mean I'm encumbered?
No,
No.
you need to go above.
Okay, I'm good. So I could carry the gnome and in like, I don't know, he can like ride in on my back and cover himself in roams, and he can just be like a hump on my back.
You can stuff him inside of your backpack.
Stuff. I have to clear out some space. Ah, shit, that's my adventurer's pack in there.
He can probably fit in with a bit of struggle.
I do the same with Zythia.
Yes.
That's some complex smuggling operation going on here, to be honest.
Zythea's probably a bit heavier though, because she's a halfling.
Not significantly.
Fat
Okay.
shaming? Unbelievable.
No, you're just a little bit taller than a gnome.
I also have sprint.
Also, as any halfling, you probably have like 3 breakfasts, 2 lunches, 6 dinners.
That balances out with the cocaine abuse.
They've probably never heard of second breakfast.
Now you're a halfling, you have most definitely. Well, you have never heard of second breakfast because you only heard about third and fourth ones.
Well, I've heard about second breakfast. Everybody else hasn't, because they're lame.
Yeah. But anyway. To a bit of protest from Siegbert the Magnificent, who says that I am the most well-known bard of all Isger. How dare you? He gets shoved into the backpack. And Zythia, what do you do with yourself? Or what does anyone else do with her?
I mean, it seems to me that I get shoved into my backpack.
Well, who's carrying?
Didn't you have Elixirs to turn to dwarf.
Apparently, I am tragically too small to
Yes.
become a dwarf.
You can still use one of your elixirs to turn into a Swiftnerblian, which is an Underdark gnome, actually.
But that's not gonna get you any fucking points with the Duergar.
Yeah.
Well, that's okay. They're not necessarily slaves, and they are creatures of Underdark as well.
I don't know. I kind of like the idea of not having to take any actions and instead just riding around in someone's backpack.
Okay. So,
Too
Reynolds,
bad
are
I
you?
don't have the shield block feat.
So, Reynolds, are you the one to take Zythi into your backpack?
Yeah.
Okay. So, with a third of your party members now stuck inside backpacks, you finally move on with your adventuring, and the tunnel becomes taller and taller, which you take another sign of approaching the city, until finally you stop in front of two large iron gates.
Well, is there anybody guarding it?
Well, not from the front side at least, because the tunnel is completely empty.
Well, I guess we knock on it. Oh, we
Dun.
provide Reynolds the opportunity to do this.
Dun dun dun. The loud metal sounds spread through the tunnel, echoing somewhere further down. And about a minute later, a small slit opens in the door, eyeing up Eric suspiciously. Who's there?
Are you blind or what? We're coming to the city.
Okay, but behave yourself. Um, After that, moments later, a small door opens up in the gates, and you are let in. Surprising, as you might have expected, seeing like a large cavern, which the city fills in. But no, actually, this behind the gate is still a tunnel. Even though a bit further down, you start seeing etched into it small buildings. After you walk a bit further down, you see that this tunnel starts to spread out in all directions, left, right, up and down. And it seems that the city of Ark is just one big network of tunnels with buildings etched into their walls.
Well, look.
So, what is your next step?
Well, you know, being dwarves do dwarven things.
So you get drunk.
I was gonna say, like, I guess we drink some ale.
And dig some hole.
German or
Diggy diggy.
I like that most of you know this song. I'm really proud of you guys.
so I presume we go to a local tavern, get drunk, ask for Jufang, the dwarf. Then we get into trouble. We all die, and we're all dead.
Okay. Great idea. There is but a small problem.
There's no tavern.
No, that's not a problem. You find Tavern about 15 meters from the entrance of the city. The problem is the character with the highest charisma among you doesn't speak Dwarven.
And remember,
And remember, not Dwarven.
Oh fuck! I speak Dwarven. Oh no!
It
So?
was at that moment that we realized we fucked up.
In that moment, we realized
I-
it was some troubles with our plan, some inherent flaw.
Yes.
Does anyone else speak Dwarvish?
Eric does.
Oh, cool.
Eric happens to be living with another dwarf tribes in his northern lands.
Actually, you're proficient even in deception and diplomacy. Okay.
So, you go to the local tavern. I presume you get drunk.
Yeah, we should start to blending in.
Alcohol obviously is going to give you a bonus to your charisma modifier.
Maybe.
And while
You-
getting the rank, I think I'll ask commoners about what was that guy's name?
Duran.
Duran. Yeah.
And I'm
Okay.
hungry like a wolf.
Roll gather information, which is diplomacy, unless you have any feats that allow you to roll society.
I don't live in a society. I am the society. I guess I'll reroll it.
Are you sure?
Actually, I can use society to gather information.
Well, you can try.
No.
Well, okay then. Then you don't try. But first, Eric. Eric, you go through a couple of drinks with a couple of other Duergar. At first, they seem very suspicious of you, but later on, they relax a bit. One of them burps very, very loudly and looks at you. So, what did you say your name was?
Oh, my name was Ehrenberg.
Erberg. Yeah. Did you come
Oh, like
here?
somebody's tummy is rumbling.
Yes. Did you come here to see the fight in the arena like most people?
Yeah, sure. I heard that guy I'm looking for might be somehow involved with this. I'm sure to get my blood pumping and make some.
Duran, ring something familiar. Hey, Grug. He punches the Torgal sitting next to him in the shoulder. Does the name Duran say anything to you? Gurg yawns very loudly as he was just about to fall asleep. Duran, isn't he the guy who sells fried fried draw ears on the arena? The other door turns towards you and starts nodding. Yeah, I think that's him.
Well, never thought that his involvement with the arena business will be like that. But yeah, I see.
In the meantime, Eureka.
Eric, yes.
Um, I Do you also try the tactic of drinking with other door guards, or do you ask the barman about about Duran?
Probably I would ask the bartender because it's more stereotypical way to gather information.
Duran? Yeah, I know him. He came here, from the capital a while back. I think he was like a slave trader or something like that. Don't get too much into his business, but the owner of the tavern did buy this little piece of shit. He kicks a Swiftner Blinn cleaner that is sweeping the floor the poor creature whines and falls over, but manages to stand up. Uh, but as I know, since like in the last month or so, he quit the business.
And why? He
He
broke
shrugs. He
himself or what?
he shrugs. Not my business, to be honest.
To sell pickled dwarven ears. It's quite obvious.
Aim of selling good for
Pickled, pickled ears. Who the fuck told you that?
You know,
So
folk.
stood.
I didn't believe it myself, so I asked you.
Yeah. Anyway, I think he lives around the arena quarter or something like that. Just ask the guards on the way there, maybe for a couple of coin. He will they will show you the way. Something.
No, okay. So Eureka, in a dwarf disguise, only grumps "thank you" uh, and probably leave the bartender to his duty. Share this information with the whole party.
Well,
Because, because yes.
So we have information that he was a slave trader and quit to sell drow ears.
to presumably sell pickled ears in the arena, yes.
Well, if I were a cultist, I'd use something like some sort of cover like that. It's quite innocent, you know.
There's nothing innocent in selling one's ear.
You seem to forget where you are right now, my dear friend.
I didn't ask this. I didn't told it with sarcasm, you know. It was completely senseless. Anyway, we should ask. Fuck, I forgot the world. Arena guards about the guy, Devon. Devon.
So, if you don't want to do anything else in the tavern, Reynolds, maybe you have something?
I can't speak Dwarven.
Yes, so?
I don't have anything to do.
As you wish. Um, well, uh, soon enough, you indeed find yourself around the arena quarters, and if you pay one of the guards two or three gold coins, he does indeed point you to the house Duran lives in, but notes that that old bastard is hard to find at his home. And even then, I'd be careful. People talk weird things about him.
Kind of
What's
thing.
wrong with him?
He shrugs. Some say that he's like a sorcerer or something.
Well, that's pretty cringe.
Yeah. Everyone knows that magic doesn't exist.
Now that magic comes from gods and stone.
Da.
What are
He's
you, dumb?
An elf?
So,
Guess we'll head to the house of Duran.
the house, like most dwellings around here, are just well, from the street or what counts as a street in these tunnels, it just looks like a simple door cut out of stone.
Well, how are we going to approach the cult? Quietly or just plus the door?
Uh, um, regardless of our speciality as a group, I propose loud approach to kill everyone in sight, and then try to investigate something that's
The
similar to our
the
in
tunnel around Duran's house is mostly empty, but you do see a single Duergar etching something into the stone about 30 meters from it. So far, he pays you absolutely no attention.
Well, let's first knock.
You knock. The stone produces a barely audible sound, but no reaction from the other side.
I'll try to push the door and then pull it.
You push, you pull, but the door doesn't move.
Well,
The lock is probably locked. The door is probably locked.
You should huff and puff and blow the door in.
well, I prefer to
Before-
keep my spells for something more dangerous than a door.
Before I kick
Or
this door
hardly.
down, does anybody want to deal with the witness?
Well, we might just, what we can. It usually produces less noise.
Does this thing have a lock?
Yes, it does. It
It's
is also
dwarven doors, they're not savages.
yes, it is also a very large door, and it is made out of stone. You can try to kick it down, but it will probably not be very easy.
So, in theory, I have theory skill. I could pick up the lock, but I don't have any instruments, as I just found in my inventory. Uh, let's
Why
assume
didn't you buy it?
let's assume I have them. Okay, Leroy.
If you pay double the price, sure.
Okay, what's the price for the best? We'll give you
The gold.
one.
3 gold, so you pay 6.
Okay.
And I can give you guidance.
Wow.
I don't really deserve it.
No, that's a
Guide-
bit mean.
Guidance is +1.
Gives you +1.
Okay. Let's fucking go. You know,
So you can either fail to unlock it, or unlock the door, but it will attract the attention from the witness.
We might try to roll it.
Or you can spend a hero point to reroll it.
we recover every hero point during next session. Yes. At the
Yes.
Long rest.
Okay. Now
Long rest, sorry, yeah.
I will just reroll it.
Go for it.
Yeah, boy.
Thank you. You have to spend a few minutes, but after some time you do manage to unlock the door, and you enter. You enter a very long corridor which splits up into 3 directions. One to the left, after peeking in, you'll find something that looks like a kitchen. There is on the kitchen counter, you see something large that does quite heavily resemble a. You see a jar filled with some kind of liquid, and inside it there is something that heavily resembles a rose, or at least an elf's ear.
So the stories about Peacock's ear were true.
Um, On the right, you see a small, well, not a small, quite a large one actually, living room with a couple of bookshelves and a table and 6 chairs. All the furniture is cut out of stone. In the middle of the table, you see a large statuette. It is made out of gold.
What does it
The
resemble?
the statuette, it's not a statuette. It's a bust that resembles a Duergar.
Oh, so he's quite way in person.
And the central door. The central door is a small bedroom besides a bed, once again cut out of the frame is cut out of stone. There is a wardrobe. Surprisingly enough, this is the only thing so far you've seen that is made out of metal. And a couple of drawers, metal as well.
Well,
Wha-
this dwarf quarters seems to be quite developed. They already have metal furniture.
There is an etching above the bed once again. It is a portrait it is a portrait depicting seemingly the same Duergar, and there is a phrase etched below it. Look to the north, look in the future.
Okay, where does this bust looks?
Uh,
Sorry.
it looks to the left, which, as you estimate, is probably southwest.
Yeah, I'll try to rotate it to the north.
It's an etching. The bust in the living room. Well, you try to turn the entire bust, but it doesn't budge. And after putting in a lot of strength, you manage to twist the bust's head to look north. After that, you hear a loud cracking sound and the sound of moving stones from the kitchen.
Well, it actually worked. I didn't expect it to work, to be honest. No.
Eric, in the meantime, roll a d20.
So it's 4.
Okay.
Yes, we're
Um,
fucked.
Uh, as you turn, yes, you have the bust. As you finish turning the bust, you hear a very, very loud crack, and almost afraid to look down, you see that the bust's head the statuette's head is now lying in your hands, not attached to the rest of it.
Oh, seems like I killed him.
The head is about the size of your fist and is made entirely out of gold.
Oh well. Well, look at what we got here. Well, if we spend the whole long rest, I might prepare a mending spell, but I'm not going to do it. Instead, I just shove the head inside my, inside my schedule.
Okay. As I presume you go back to, as I presume you go back to the kitchen, and there you find a secret compartment opened up in the ceiling, actually. As all of you are, appropriate size, it takes a bit of struggle. But once one of you looks up the secret compartment, you see a gauntlet similar to the one the leader of the monkey cultists were wearing. The gauntlet is very hot to the touch, and some kind of a very small book or a diary, something like that.
I guess we'll start with a book.
The book is mostly a journal. Most of the entries in there talk about his misfortunes, his slave trade, how his own wife tried to poison him, how he strangled her with his own hands.
Just simple Durgar things.
Yes, how he's expecting. Um, the last few entries start to get a little bit weird. Uh, the third to last one mentions that. No, actually, the fourth to last one mentions that, like, my comrades in arms have moved through the portal, but the damned elves have slaughtered them all. The third to last one says like curses can't catch a break in these times. The slaves that were supposed to arrive were ambushed by the draws as well, and it seems that there are some cunts from the surface looking for me. The second to last, the writing is almost incomprehensible. The writing is almost incomprehensible, and a lot of it is kind of scratched over, or it seems like someone was trying to get rid of the writings, but you do manage to discern one sentence. This one saying need to retrieve the key to the portal, and the last one. The last one, weirdly enough, just talks about how pickled deer sales have dropped significantly since the last fight.
So he's looking for an hour ahead now, presumably.
Should we like stage break and so
Um, I, if Eric is the one reading the diary, roll perception.
I think he reads it aloud,
Yeah.
if it matters.
Haki, I would just like to remind you that you have a special mechanic that allows you to use clues.
Okay, I kind of forgot that I was investigating.
Okay.
That's happened. So probably this guy named Dupont is my lead target.
The your lead is the diary.
Okay, my lead is that.
Yeah, and you can roll perception as well as you can read Dwarven. Or actually, you can roll perception in general if you inspect the diary. With the bonus from your clue.
It will be 14.
Кетик.
But yes, zip.
You're a fucking investigator! Get your shit together. Um, okay, but as Eureka asks Eric to handle her, the as Eureka asks Eric to hand her the diary, for a second she feels um, she feels like the page is thicker. In one of the pages is thicker than it looks, but before she can check out which one, the diary slips from her hands and falls on the floor.
Oh, okay. So she grabs the diary and try to find the page again. And I'd like to remind you, my fellow Leroy, that I have that outfit. So
Um,
I suppose I didn't have to roll even for this one.
no,
No,
that's odd.
I don't have to roll.
That's odd works on locations, not objects.
Okay, so okay. But what about the location? Is there something odd?
No, you found everything that is odd in this place.
Okay. So yeah.
Unless you find another half a dozen of jars of pickled ears hid
There?
underneath the kitchen table, suspicious.
I found this suspicion. But anyway, about the diary. If I try to inspect it once again, how many
Well,
times
it will take at least half an hour to go through every page and determine if it's something wrong with them.
I have plenty of time, and so do my group of members.
Okay, so does everyone wait until your noble comrade finishes inspecting the book?
I think we might inspect it in more, no,
I'm just
safe
vibing in the
place.
backpack, so
Sorry, what did you say, Z?
I'm just chilling in the backpack, so
Okay.
So I suppose we may stay in the place to just set up the ambush for the Dupont guy, so we don't have to
Mhm.
leave this place. Who cares if we become the humans again?
So Eureka suggests you set up an ambush for Duran in here.
We can try, yes.
Anyone have the other ideas? I'm eager to hear them.
The arena maybe.
Maybe.
the problem with the
Maybe.
arena is there's probably going to be a lot of people there, and it won't exactly look good if we make a scene.
We could split the party.
Oh God.
The combat-oriented party can remain here for the ambush and the investigating guys, because we're not basically not doing anything anyway, and we're a liability.
That's true.
So yeah, combat guys stay here, investigating guys go and check the
I'm a
arena.
guy. I'm a combat guy.
Well, I know you guys can do combat. I've seen Gonchar, or sorry, Eric dump his spells and wipe out like half of the enemies really quickly.
And we have seen Eureka like hit things 1 or 2 times, I think. Maybe.
No,
Well, I haven't. I don't think I was here.
the biggest pool of the damage from the whole party. So
Sure thing you are, honey. Sure thing you are.
D8. Anyway, I tried to inspect the pages.
So you sit here and investigate the pages. Does anyone go to the arena? You have you have the presumably his head. You know you can identify him.
Yeah. Eric provides head for the looking to memorize it and then hides it in his schedule again.
So Eureka, do you stay here and investigate the pages or go to the arena?
I would like to investigate the pages, but he told me that it would take about half an hour. So why we
What?
just don't wait for Eureka, then move further?
The page is with you.
I suppose.
You guys are gonna need to recast your spell. Oh, by the way, when we entered this home, can I say that I let the poor gnome out of the bag?
You
I didn't want to interrupt, but yeah.
You find him.
He's already there.
You find. No, actually, as you open up your bag, which I presume you left a bit of a hole so he can he have access to oxygen.
Yes.
You see him just kind of lying down with. Actually, it seems without much trouble, as he's using your bedroll as a sort of pillow, and blissfully mumbles something as he writes something down in his little notebook. Yes. Why are you interrupting my process of magnificent creativity?
Oh, so sorry. Magnificent One. We need you to cast the spell again shortly.
He raises his hands and sings out, Dvaia Fia Identifia! And you find yourself once again in your dwarven shapes.
Weep.
Now here is a quick question.
Okay.
So our little deception things here, right? Can't turn me or him into an adult Duragar, but perhaps I could become a little child Duragar.
Infiltrator's potion turns you into a creature of your age, or comparable to your age.
Oh.
You could, once you are out of here and in a proper alchemical laboratory, you could develop your own your own potion if you have the inventor feat.
I see. See how it
He's
is.
really trying to sell you on the inventor feat.
It really is.
I'm not trying to do anything. You can get by just fine with your own materials. So, Eureka, you go to the arena, and on your way, you read through the pages.
I suppose.
Okay. As you walk down and continually go through page by page, you finally find the one that seemed weird. And from the look of it, it looks completely normal. But to the touch, you sense that in some places the page is a bit thicker than the others. And it's not like, with whole swaths of the page, it's like separate segments. Which leads you to think that there might be writings in with some kind of invisible ink on the page.
Is there any possible way to read this kind of ink?
You could try to use, if applied carefully, you could try to use ash, or maybe you can cover the page with any kind of what's the word? Any kind of coloring substance, and if you carefully scrub out the paint, it might unveil the what's written on the page.
Do we have ash here nearby?
Not from the look of it.
Does our alchemic Xanthia have any?
Does your what?
Does our alchemic Xanthia have?
Well,
And-
sadly, you aren't with her anymore. She is back at the house, but yes, some of her reagents could color it.
Eric gives a genius idea of burning some paper and by this producing some ash.
Wow.
Damn!
Damn.
Is your intelligent 18, Eric? I don't think so. Actually, it's 16.
Eric? No,
Yeah.
His intelligence is 16 and his wisdom is 19, so I guess he's quite capable of such devices.
But anyway, as I've said, Eureka isn't. Or is Eric? Is Eric staying at the house? I thought he was.
Yeah.
Well,
he
Eureka.
stays with Eureka.
No, Eureka was the one going to the arena. The rest of you stayed at the house to prepare an ambush.
Oh.
Oh, I was going alone?
Yes.
Ah. Fuck. I played myself once again.
I guess Eric just used message on her. Hey yo, you dumb vampire.
Erica is perhaps the blindest investigator on all of Galarian. In the meantime, guys, you all restore or get one more hero point for being amazing and also being cool.
And sexy.
Do you use it to reroll your secret perception check, Lucky?
I don't know.
Lad is pretty frugal.
I mean, what happen? What may happen if I don't reroll?
You may miss something important, or something not important.
What can
Okay,
probably go wrong?
I will probably reroll it. Maybe, perhaps
Reroll it then.
50-50. Yeah, nice. I suppose there's also bonus +2 because of my.
If it's related to your case, yes, maybe. But yeah, mhm. As you are walking through the streets of Duergar City, face buried into the diary, you almost miss one of the gray-skinned dwarfs passing by you, but at the last moment you catch him. You catch him just walking by you, and as you turn towards him, you recognize him as the man depicted on the bust, which is probably Duran himself. He is walking blissfully towards his house with a semi-filled jar of what looks like pickled raw ears. He doesn't seem to notice you.
Okay, nice. So I probably.
There are a few other Duergar walking around you.
So I probably stalk him. Then when he moved to his alley where no one to be seen, I will probably use sleep on him, or we will just attack him. That sound good idea?
So you walk after him, and do you do anything else? Do you use?
When, okay, listen. When he get to his house, well, on the street behind.
Remind you, we are waiting inside of his house.
Yeah, I remember. I just is it possible to cast spell sleep on him?
Using what?
I have scroll.
Yes,
No,
it is possible.
it is possible.
He will hear you. You need to use the verbal component loud and clear. And other dwarfs walking on the street will see you doing that and will see him falling asleep.
Okay, so anyway, I just stalk him into his house.
Okay.
Use my great mindset. Anyway, what's for whatever.
You.
So inside the house, we've locked the door from the inside. Assuming we can lock the door from the inside.
You can.
So
with a
we've
bit
locked
of
the door from the inside, and then we wait in the hallways on the sides, so that we're just out of sight.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so some of you hide in the kitchen, some of you hide in the living room. So, Lucky, you see him come up to the door of his house, fish out of his pocket a key. Well, actually, a key ring with 3 or 4, it's hard to see from here, keys. And use one of them to open the door. He walks in. Do you follow him through the door?
Oh, I just wait until I hear the sound of battle.
Mhm.
Just charge.
Okay. Well, he enters through the door and closes it behind him.
Nothing new here. I just everything according to plan. Don't worry, guys. Don't
Okay.
worry.
Guys, you hear the sound of a door closing coming from the corridor. And steps.
All right. We move into attack position on either side of the hallway.
Okay. Yes. Sorry, Z. Did you say something? Okay.
I draw my whip.
Okay.
Whip. Yeah, I have my shield and scimitar ready.
Okay. Uh, well, you hear. You can pick out from the backpack and throw them. Yes.
Epic.
But you will get a -1 on any attack checks because it's not very comfortable.
Worth it.
-1 circumstance.
It's not comfortable, but it's comfy.
True enough. True enough. You hear the door closing. You hear a key turning in the lock, and then you, through the doors, you hear Duran approaching his bedroom, and that is when I assume you spring the attack on him.
Yes.
Guess we just start to threaten him. We're not going to murder him.
Oh yeah, I can intimidate.
Our
More-
tribe killing is,
Yeah.
somewhat mean, even though
Yeah.
he's cultist.
Moments before kicking down the door of his kitchen, Zadaris suddenly realizes that maybe murdering him is not the only solution that she's capable of.
Not the only, but the final solution.
Can't. Wait, what are you doing?
We're gonna intimidate him.
Mhm.
We're gonna try to physically menace him first, and if that doesn't work, we will murder him a little bit, and then bring him and then stabilize him.
With one strong kick from each side, you spring an attack on him. Duran screams in a weirdly high-pitched for a dwarf voice and grabs his chest on the left side, clutching his quite a simple-looking shirt. Wait, where are you? I remind you, you are still in Duergar disguise.
Oh, corridor, we are evil dwarves. Ooh.
We're the evil
You
dwarves. No, hang on.
Betrayed
We don't.
Droskar, cultist scum.
He said in common.
Yes.
He said, to your, possibly to your surprise, Duran turns towards you. Let me make a quick intelligence check for him.
No, this is too retarded, yeah. Those guys aren't serious.
He, he crawls back until he's pressed against the door of his bedroom and looks at Reynold with surprise. Wait, why you're speaking common? He squints. Duergar, are you?
I don't know. Perhaps because you're some kind of surface scum, following a surface religion.
Roll deception.
Maybe it's you who are lying.
That's
No,
clever.
the best defense is offense.
The
Um,
D20 fucking hates me.
Can I add my intimidating glare to him to give him a little bump?
You'd usually need to. Fine, actually. Roll intimidation.
Glare at him
well-
menacingly.
Reynolds catches. Reynolds catches Duran's look and.
Sir
from
Arthur,
the look
thank
of
you
him,
for
he
those
doesn't
3
seem very
roasted geese.
convinced,
Your sword play in
but then,
today's battle
his
royale was
gaze
immaculate.
shifts
Hope
towards
thy crossbow
Zadare
wound
and,
heals hastily. I hope so
he,
too, man. It's not
shivers
looking
a
good,
bit.
but we were just having fun out there. We're about to raid Barnabas's village, so stay with us,
What do
guys.
you want from me?
the truth. What are you doing? What is this cult of the Cinder Claw?
The cult, he very, very loudly he gulps. I have no idea what you're talking about.
I throw
We
the gauntlet
found.
at him.
Yeah.
What?
I don't throw it
Shoot.
at him. I show it to him.
Show what? Sorry.
The gauntlet, the
Oh.
hot to the touch Cinderclaw
Okay.
gauntlet thing.
He once again gulps down very loudly. It's from one of his slaves I used to sell. Yeah.
In fact, you marked that on your cart? I mean, that wasn't very clever of you, you heretic.
I haven't. I'm not. I haven't been trading for a couple of years now.
I wanna check whether he's pulling an act or is here sincere.
Perception. In the meantime, Eureka, you approach the door. It is closed.
I will pick up the lock again.
There are a lot more witnesses right now, Eureka.